Have you ever looked at your plate and thought, I know exactly what I'm eating? Well, get ready to have your culinary world turned upside down, because some of the foods you've been enjoying your whole life aren't what they seem at all. From fruits that aren't fruits to vegetables that are secretly flowers, today we're diving into foods that aren't what you think. Before we start, hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating facts every week. It helps the channel a ton and keeps these mind-bending food facts coming your way. Let's start with bananas. Most people think of them as fruits, and they are. But here's the twist. Bananas are actually berries. And strawberries, not berries at all. Botanically speaking, a berry is a fruit that develops from a single flower with one ovary, and bananas fit the bill perfectly. Strawberries, on the other hand, grow from a flower with multiple ovaries, so they're technically aggregate fruits. Yep, your morning fruit salad has been lying to you. Next, tomatoes. You might already know they're technically fruits, but here's the kicker. They're also berries by botanical definition. That makes spaghetti sauce basically a berry smoothie. Imagine telling that to an Italian chef. Moving on to peanuts. You probably lump them in with almonds, cashews, and walnuts. But peanuts aren't nuts at all. They're legumes, like beans and lentils. They grow underground, in pods, and are more closely related to chickpeas than to walnuts. So the next time you eat peanut butter, you're essentially spreading bean paste on your toast. Now, let's talk about almonds. These aren't true nuts either. They're seeds from the fruit of the almond tree, which is related to peaches. In fact, if you crack open a peach pit, the seed inside looks surprisingly similar to an almond. Imagine biting into a peach and realizing it's part of the almond family reunion. Here's one that surprises a lot of people: broccoli. You think of it as a vegetable, but what you're actually eating are the flower buds of the plant before they bloom. If left to grow, broccoli produces small yellow flowers. So, next time you eat it, just know you're basically chomping on a bouquet. And speaking of flowers, saffron, the world's most expensive spice, comes from the dried stigmas of the crocus flower. It takes about 75,000 flowers to make just 1 pound of saffron, which explains the price tag. You're not sprinkling spice on your dish, you're sprinkling flower dust. Quick break! If you're enjoying these food mind twists, hit the like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow and lets me keep bringing you these fact-filled videos. Let's switch gears to cinnamon. You probably think of it as a ground-up seed or bark chip, but it's actually the inner bark of the cinnamon tree. Farmers strip the bark, dry it, and it naturally curls into those cinnamon sticks you see in your kitchen. So yes, you're literally eating tree bark when you enjoy a cinnamon roll. Now, carrots. They're famous for their bright orange color, but originally, carrots were purple, yellow, or white. The orange variety we know today was selectively bred by Dutch farmers in the 17th century, supposedly to honor the Dutch royal family, the House of Orange. So your carrot cake has a touch of political history baked into it. Here's a fun one: cashews. If you've never seen them grow, they're actually attached to the bottom of a cashew apple, hanging outside the fruit. And they have to be roasted before eating, because the shells contain a toxic resin, similar to poison ivy. Suddenly, that bag of cashews seems a lot more hardcore. And finally, the coconut. You might think it's a nut. It's right there in the name. But it's technically a drupe, like peaches and cherries. The hard shell is actually the seed, and the fibrous husk around it is the fruit. So, drinking coconut water is like sipping on the inside of a giant peach seed. Food can be sneaky like that, hiding its true nature behind names and appearances. But now, you know the truth, and you'll never look at your pantry the same way again. If you enjoyed this little reality check for your taste buds, don't forget to subscribe Share this video with a friend and tell me in the comments which fact shocked you the most. And remember, sometimes the world is a lot weirder and tastier than it seems.